The story begins in a beautiful fantasy world. A young fairy named Maleficent is introduced. She has graceful horns on her head and magnificent wings on her back. She lives in a magical forest and has never seen the outside world. This enchanted forest is the only home she has ever known. Surrounded by magical creatures of all kinds, she lives a peaceful and happy life. One day, while walking through the forest, Maleficent notices a young boy who appears to be about her age. Curious, she asks who he is and what he is doing there. The boy explains that he comes from a neighboring kingdom and admits that he picked up a precious gemstone from the forest. Maleficent asks him to return the diamond. Afterward, she offers to escort him safely back to the border of his kingdom. Before leaving, the boy asks if they can become friends. He also asks whether he can return to the magical forest and play with her again. Maleficent tells him that the forest is a magical place and that he should not come back. However, the two shake hands. As soon as they do, Maleficent feels a sharp burning sensation caused by the boy's iron ring. She explains that iron burns fairies and warns him not to return while wearing it. The boy then returns to his kingdom. Unknown to Maleficent, the kingdom he belongs to has long desired to conquer the magical forest. The boy has no parents, and despite coming from the rival kingdom, Maleficent never sees him as an enemy. She simply considers him a true friend. As the years pass, the two continue meeting in the forest and spend their childhood together. Eventually, they both grow to the age of 16, and their friendship slowly blossoms into affection. Maleficent sincerely believes that humans are not the enemies of fairies. She sees kindness in them and has no understanding of the greed that exists within human hearts. One day, while sitting alone in the forest, Maleficent realizes that many days have passed since the boy last visited her. She remembers that he once said he dreamed of ruling his kingdom when he grew older. Even then, she never realizes that ambition and selfishness are beginning to shape his heart. Sometime later, the elderly king of the neighboring kingdom arrives at the magical forest with a massive army and countless horses, determined to conquer it. As the guardian of the forest, Maleficent immediately steps forward to defend her home. She warns the king that he is not allowed to enter the forest. However, the king arrogantly replies that he never asked for her permission. Without hesitation, he orders his soldiers to kill her. The army marches into the forest, but within moments, mysterious magical creatures attack from every direction. Soldiers are thrown from their horses. Many are badly injured, and the entire army is overwhelmed. Terrified by the forest's magic, the humans retreat, realizing they cannot win against its powerful defenders. After returning to his kingdom, the old and weakened king gathers all of his people. He reminds them that the magical forest is filled with immense wealth and declares that conquering it has always been his greatest ambition. However, because of his failing health, he admits that he can no longer fight. He then makes a promise to the entire kingdom: whoever succeeds in killing Maleficent will marry his daughter and inherit the throne. Among the crowd, one man steps forward and accepts the challenge. That man is none other than Maleficent's childhood friend, Stefan. After many years apart, Stefan returns to the magical forest to meet Maleficent. Surprised to see him again, she asks where he has been all this time and whether he has forgotten their friendship. Stefan apologizes and says that he has only been busy, insisting that he never forgot about her. He warns her that the king wants her dead and claims that he came only to protect her. Trusting him completely, Maleficent forgives him without hesitation. She has no idea that humans can be selfish or betray those they love. She believes every word he says. He secretly gives Maleficent a drink mixed with a sleeping potion. Within moments, she loses consciousness. Stefan takes out a knife and attempts to kill her. But in the end, he is unable to go through with it. The next morning, Maleficent slowly regains consciousness. As she opens her eyes, she immediately realizes that something is terribly wrong. Her wings are gone. The wounds on her back make it painfully clear what has happened. Overcome with shock and heartbreak, she screams and cries in agony. Her beautiful wings, which had always been a part of her, have been cruelly taken away. She can no longer soar through the skies as she once did. Meanwhile, Stefan returns to the kingdom carrying Maleficent's wings. He presents them to the king as proof that he has fulfilled his promise. Delighted by what he sees, the king rewards Stefan by making him the new ruler of the kingdom. At last, Stefan's dream of becoming king has come true. Back in the forest, Maleficent falls into deep sorrow. Unable to fly anymore, she wanders through the forest with a broken heart. During one of her walks, she notices a hunter preparing to kill a crow. Unable to watch the innocent creature die, she uses her magic and transforms the crow into a human. The frightened hunter immediately runs away. The newly transformed man approaches Maleficent and gratefully thanks her. Curious, he asks why she chose to save him and turn him into a human. Maleficent simply replies that she felt sympathy for him and could not stand by without helping. In return, he promises to serve her for the rest of his life and vows to obey whatever she asks of him. His name is Dieval. From that day onward, Dieval becomes Maleficent's loyal companion. He travels across the land and brings her news from every corner of the kingdom. Through him, Maleficent learns the truth that Stefan betrayed her, stole her wings, and used them to become king. Her trust in humanity is completely shattered, and from that moment on, she begins to hate humans. As time passes, Stefan marries the king's daughter and officially becomes the king. Before long, they are blessed with a baby girl. The entire kingdom celebrates the birth of the princess, and guests arrive from far and wide to attend the grand celebration. Seeing the perfect opportunity to confront Stefan, Maleficent arrives at the ceremony as well. She approaches the baby princess and calmly remarks that the child is truly beautiful. Then, she places a powerful curse upon her. She declares that on her 16th birthday, the princess will prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die. Horrified, King Stefan begs Maleficent to spare his innocent daughter. He asks why she is taking revenge on a child for what he has done. Maleficent reminds him that she, too, was once an innocent young girl before he betrayed her and stole her wings. Although anger fills her heart, a trace of kindness still remains within her. She softens the curse slightly by declaring that the princess can be saved if she receives true love's kiss on her 16th birthday. Meanwhile, the baby princess, Aurora, is taken far away by the three fairies. Maleficent secretly knows where they have hidden her. At first, she approaches only to frighten the little girl. But instead of crying, baby Aurora simply smiles at her. That innocent smile slowly melts Maleficent's hardened heart. Deep down, she has always remained a good fairy, despite everything that happened to her. The three fairies assigned to care for Aurora prove to be careless guardians. Time and again, Maleficent secretly watches over the young princess. She saves Aurora from falling off cliffs, rescues her from dangerous situations in the trees, and quietly protects her whenever she is in danger, all without revealing herself. Years pass, and Aurora grows into a beautiful young girl. She is now 15 years old, with only 1 year remaining before the curse is meant to come true. Living deep within the forest, surrounded by towering trees, she has never seen the outside world, just as Maleficent once had not. Curious about what lies beyond, Aurora often dreams of discovering the world outside. One day, she wanders through the forest, searching for someone who might answer the many questions. She calls out and asks whoever is hiding to step forward. At that moment, Maleficent finally reveals herself. As Maleficent steps out of the shadows, Aurora immediately recognizes her. Instead of being frightened, she excitedly tells Maleficent that she knows. She is the one who has been watching over her since childhood. She calls her her fairy godmother and says that she also likes the crow that is always with her. Hearing those words leaves Maleficent completely surprised. Deep inside, she feels a happiness she has not experienced in years. From that moment on, Maleficent grows deeply attached to Aurora. She no longer wants the curse to come true. The two begin spending time together, talking, laughing, and exploring the forest as though they were mother and daughter. Whenever Aurora falls asleep, Maleficent secretly tries to use her magic to break the curse she placed years ago. However, she soon realizes that such an ancient and powerful curse cannot be undone, especially now that Aurora's 16th birthday is drawing near. Filled with regret, Maleficent quietly hopes that Aurora will find her true love before the curse is fulfilled. One day, while walking together through the forest, Aurora notices that Maleficent has no wings. Curious, she asks what happened to them. Maleficent explains that every fairy is born with wings and that she once had beautiful wings of her own. She tells Aurora that a human stole them from her. She says she used to fly freely through the skies and misses her wings every single day. Remembering the betrayal almost brings her to tears. Aurora gently comforts Maleficent and tells her not to be sad. She happily says that the next day will be her 16th birthday and that she plans to ask for permission to leave her home and come live with Maleficent in the forest. She promises that Maleficent will never be alone again. Although Maleficent appreciates her words, she knows that the curse can only be broken if Aurora finds her true love, and she realizes that such a miracle is unlikely to happen within a single day. As Aurora makes her way back home, she meets a young prince on the path. They are about the same age, and the moment they see each other, they are instantly drawn to one another. After returning home, Aurora tells the three fairies that she wishes to leave because she wants to live with Maleficent. The fairies misunderstand her intentions, Believing that Aurora deserves to know the truth before returning to the kingdom, they reveal everything. They tell her that she is actually Princess Aurora, that her parents are alive, and that Maleficent is the evil fairy who placed the terrible curse upon her. Aurora is devastated by what she hears. Unable to believe it, she immediately goes to Maleficent and asks whether the story is true. Maleficent honestly admits that she was the one who cursed her. She explains that she acted out of anger toward King Stefan for what he had done to her, but now everything has changed. She tells Aurora that she truly loves her and no longer wants any harm to come to her. Heartbroken by the truth, Aurora quietly leaves the forest and returns to the kingdom. There, she embraces her father and tells him how much she has missed him, believing all these years that she had no family. King Stefan becomes furious with the three fairies. He reminds them that he ordered Aurora to be kept away until after her 16th birthday, yet they brought her back one day too early. Knowing that the curse is about to be fulfilled, he orders his soldiers either to take Aurora away again or lock her inside a room where there is nothing that could possibly harm her and where no one is allowed to enter. However, no one is able to stop the power of the curse. As Aurora's 16th birthday arrives, she falls under its spell. Drawn by an invisible force, she walks through the castle until she reaches an old spinning wheel. As if hypnotized, she reaches out and touches the spindle. The sharp needle pricks her finger, and she immediately collapses into a deep, magical sleep. The entire kingdom is overcome with sorrow. King Stefan is devastated as he watches his daughter lie motionless, believing that she will never wake again. Maleficent is equally heartbroken. Hoping there is still a chance to save Aurora, she searches for the young prince Aurora met in the forest. Believing that he might be her true love, Maleficent brings him to the castle, hoping that a true love's kiss will finally break the curse. Maleficent arrives at the castle with the young Prince Aurora had met in the forest. The prince gently kisses Aurora, but nothing happens. Aurora remains asleep. At that moment, Maleficent realizes that the prince is not Aurora's true love. Heartbroken, she begins to cry. Standing beside Aurora, she softly tells her that she will miss her dearly. She says she will miss her smile and will never forget her. Filled with genuine love and regret, Maleficent gently kisses Aurora on the forehead before turning away. Just as she is about to leave, she hears a familiar voice behind her. Godmother. Maleficent turns around in surprise and sees Aurora awake. It is revealed that Maleficent herself is Aurora's true love because her love is pure, selfless, and genuine. Aurora smiles at Maleficent and tells her that she wants to live in the magical forest with her. As Maleficent prepares to leave the castle with Aurora, King Stefan's soldiers suddenly trap them beneath a massive iron net. Since iron weakens fairies, Maleficent is unable to escape. To save them, she transforms Dyaval into a powerful dragon, breathing fire across the battlefield. The dragon attacks the soldiers and clears a path through the castle. Maleficent finally breaks free, but King Stefan appears once again, armed with an iron shield and determined to kill her once and for all. Meanwhile, Aurora notices Maleficent's stolen wings locked away nearby. Realizing they belong to her godmother, Aurora quickly releases them. As if they recognize their true owner, the wings immediately fly back and reattach themselves to Maleficent. With her wings restored, Maleficent rises into the sky once again. She carries Stefan high above the castle, but instead of taking revenge, she chooses not to throw him down. Stefan refuses to stop fighting. As they struggle, he grabs onto Maleficent's wings, causing both of them to fall from the castle tower, falls to the ground below, and dies. With Stefan gone, peace finally returns. The following morning, Maleficent removes the magical barriers that had surrounded the forest for so many years. Flowers bloom once again, the forest becomes vibrant with life, and harmony is restored throughout the land. Finally, Maleficent names Aurora as the queen of both the magical forest and the human kingdom. The two worlds are united. And with that, the story of Maleficent comes to an end. And that brings us to the end of tonight's story. Thank you for spending this quiet moment with Sleep Tales. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our next bedtime adventure.